Today I would like to introduce or explain a little bit this ATP SMI's partnership. And in order to make this kind of the presentation more interesting, so I invite Jeffery on the stage together with me, and we can interact a little bit. So, and we do not practice in advance, so so please bear with me. Okay.
Just not mic is working. So thank you, Nelson. I think we'll try to make this very interactive and more interesting because after all, this is a partnership. So
that's right. Okay. Okay, give everybody a little bit regarding the Signal Motion sprint one. Actually, currently Signal Motion is listed in the NASDAQ, and we are one of the market leaders in the NAND flash controller industry years. And for the 2011's revenue is around 294 million, and our shipment for the last year actually reached around 560 million units controllers. And our HQ headquarters is in Jubei, and we have a branch office across the Pacific Rim, including the Japan, Korea, China. China we have 3 locations, and also the American. And we have around 660 people, employees total worldwide, and around 70% are engineers. I don't think I need to go over my background. And Jeffrey, how about talking about ATP's partnership currently, the partnership with SMI?
Sure. Well, I think we've worked together for quite some time now. And in terms of the typical relationship, we talk about customer-vendor, buy-sell. It's really not the case. We are moving past really very, very intimate leadership support relationship. We work together to support customer issues. We work together to put together customer proposals. And in this business, it's all about providing the total solution. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in this presentation.
Yeah, actually, Silicon Motion's role in this partnership is we kind of want to support ATP, and we are behind the scene. And we are trying to become a powerhouse, the controller powerhouse, try to provide the best cost-effective solution to support our customer to expand their market. So this is our role in this kind of partnership. Okay. So, and why SMI and the ATP partnership? Actually, we kind of leverage each other's. ATP has a very wide and very broad customer base, and they have very strong, not only in the manufacturing, also on the system knowledge. They have a very broad and strong experience. So working with ATP, actually we can become a win-win partner, and we can supply our best support. So we got to go over the one by one, especially from the solution features, supply chain support, and the engineering support to go deeper on the partnership between the SMI and the ATP. Okay, the ecosystem for the NAND industry, ecosystem is very important. So from here you can see that between the end customer and the NAND flash, in the between we have many things need to handle. So the ATP here plays a very important roles, not only on the assembly side, but also the solution provider. So the controller maker, which is the SMI, is behind the scene. We try to support not only on the technology side, but also our experience, try to promote and help and work with the ATP to reach their goal and to reach their customer. So in the between, ATP here, in all the total solution here, they play a very important role and can work with the SMI. So Jeffrey, how do you think about this kind of partnership?
Well, I think the ecosystem, as you mentioned, is very important. We are, after all, as ATP, essentially a service-based company. So we are a vital part in terms of putting all the pieces of the puzzle together so
especially for the solution. The Silicon Motion in this partnership we played, we have very comprehensive controller portfolio. Not only on the car side, the USB, SD, even the SSD or eMMC. So we try to complete all the controller portfolio. Then our partner can become a one-stop shop in our company's portfolio. So right now, for the Silicon Motion, almost all the NAND-related controller we have the portfolio, and the controller quality or the cost-wise, we try to reach the highest standard to help our partners. So for ATP side, so how do you think about that?
So in this case, Alex Sung just quickly went over a lot of the different elements. He mentioned that we do have to look at customer-specific usage models, how they're using it, how they're applying it, what kind of environment they're using. So with that being said, we have quick access in the partnership with SMI to a very diverse portfolio. That allows us to have a very fast product development cycle. It allows us to be very flexible when it comes to offering solutions to the customers.
Yeah, as I mentioned, that the Silicon Motion's role is behind the scene. So in order to serve our partner and our customer, we're taking our NAND flash technology very deep. So not only on the flash management, also a lot of the detail of the NAND flash. So in order to help our customer to become a very competitive in the market, so we have to support it, and we need to become one of the leaders inside this industry. And not only that, because SMI has many branches over the Pacific Rim, so we can instantly to help our partner or customer to support their customer or their partner right away. So for example, in China, we have around 150 people. So, or in Japan, we also have the FAE and sales, and in Korea, in the US, we already allocate a lot of the supporting over there. So no matter where the customer is for our partner, we can help them, and we can assist them right away to provide the instant support. This is the most important thing.
Yeah, so a lot of this type of support base is hugely important for us. When we talk about the NAND knowledge, the deep knowledge when it comes to NAND changing, continuously changing, Alex Sung just also provided you some information on how NAND is changing. This is a challenge when it comes to embedded industrial applications. So how do we approach that? Well, when we have the joint experience and a lot of the infrastructure from SMI to support this, this really does beef up those pieces of the puzzle.
Okay, regarding the supply chain flexibility, actually Silicon Motion, not only on the removable flash devices, we also has been working on the embedded or industrial controller to support our customer. So especially for the embedded, actually everybody can see that from the market. The embedded is, the flash controller is getting more and more important. For example, like SSD or the eMMC, especially when the mobile phone is so currently the market is so booming. So that I think for the next for the coming momentum, everybody jump into the embedded controller solution. So I think the ATP also has the plan already in order to go into this kind of market, right, Jeffrey?
That's right. So the long-term support is absolutely crucial to our business model. We will review this in the next seminar also, but typically our customer base, they cannot have a single project over in a year. It's usually over at least 5 years. So that being said, having long-term support for embedded controllers, supply chain-wise and support-wise from SMI is hugely important for us.
Yeah. And for the volume-wise, actually, as I explained just before, last year we shipped around 560 million units of controller worldwide. So that means our controller, which is has been qualified on the market. So not only inside our lab, also on the market. So we can know that the qualification, all the technical support, and in order to work with our partner to provide them the best and the most cost-effective solution.
So that absolutely relates to cost and scale. So once we get into fast development turnaround times, once we have customer applications, they require a very particular solution. In that case, not only do we have the fast development time that we mentioned earlier, but in this case, we can also really leverage quick availability on these solutions.
Yes. All right. The engineering support. Since actually Silicon Motion working in the flash controller for a long time, more than 10 years already. So we are one of the early adopters to go into this kind of market. So our strength in the controller development, not only on the controller development, we also put a lot of the resource on the NAND flash research. We work with a lot of NAND flash vendors to discuss with them. And sometimes when they develop the next generations, then they will discuss with us too. So we can get a very early information in order to start our controller development. So for example, like Alex just mentioned that the ECC requirement currently already reached very high for the PCH. And currently the lower 20 nanometers NAND flash are still using the PCH. However, when we move into the high 1X or 1Y, the LDPC will pop up. This is another technology gap for the controller maker and the controller vendor. So for SMI, we already prepared in order to support and to assist our partner and the customer to be ready for the next generation's NAND.
So in this case, I can't say enough how much we value SMI strength in the NAND validation. We see continuously in the embedded industrial area that trying to manage NAND yourself is getting increasingly difficult. There's a lot of factors to think about. So in leveraging SMI's really, really wide strength in this area, it absolutely makes it much easier for us to provide a very reliable, robust solution.
Yes, and not only that, through the ATP, we also have the indirect relationship with the ATP's customer. We also learn a lot from the ATP and their customer. For example, like products qualification and the products issue, and we work with them, and we actually build out a lot of the experience on how to handle this kind of situation. One of the examples is just Alex mentioned the power cycling issue or sudden power off issues. So actually, not only we try to advance our technology, we also learn a lot from the ATP and the ATP's customer to build up this kind of experience to enhance our product quality.
Yeah, this is absolutely a win-win relationship for us. One thing I think I can say from dealing with many customers around the world is that there's not one single application that's the same in embedded industrial. Everyone really has a different variety of how they're using, how they're applying the storage. So that being said, having two pools of thought, two pools of FAs that have world experience in these areas is hugely valuable for us.
All right. So this is my summary. My summary has 2 pages. One is at least the itemized here. The other one is the diagram here. I think we can go over this diagram. It's more easier. So actually, our relationship or partnership with the ATP is a little bit different with our other partner or the customer. For the SMI with the other customer, it's kind of the sometimes it's a one-way relationship only. So we do have the flash vendor, module vendor, and the SMI in between. However, most of the time it's one way. But with the ATP, it's very different. We are kind of tighten each other. We share the experience and we share the knowledge. So we not only the ATP, but the ATP's customer in order to provide the best support. And the ATP here, we also got a lot of experience and the knowledge from the ATP. We thank you very much. So we hope that this kind of the relationship and the partnership can continue and we can grow together.
Yeah. So thank you, Nelson. I can just say in summary that Tim mentioned our mentality, our business strategy is based on partnerships. This is absolutely one partnership we cannot do business without. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.